Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio, and today I have another framed Craft Ease paint by number kit for you. Now this one is from a new artist named Karla Gerard, and I have been looking at her paintings for the last couple of months going, I'm gonna have to try one of her kits because her art is so whimsical, so fun, and it's like, I don't know if the word folk artsy is the right term, but that is her style. So I guess it's appropriate because of that whole colorful, whimsical vibe that her artwork has. It immediately appealed to me, as you know. So I had to jump right on and try one of her pieces. So let's take a look. And you guys know I've brought to you the Craft Ease framed kits before, so I won't go into the box and all of that. This converts to an easel for those of you who need to use it as such. The instructions are on the inside, but let's go ahead and just get into the contents. You know I want to check out the swatching, of course, that's my favorite part, and let's take a look. So before I even get to the paints, I want to show you what this piece should look like. So let me talk about what comes in every one of the kits from Craft Ease. And you'll notice I'm kind of holding the paint up. I don't want to set it on top of our stretch canvas, but you're going to get your vacuum sealed paints. I'm going to set these aside right quick. I don't want to lay them down on this. I've got two different sets of hanging hardware. You're also going to get a 4-pack of their wooden brushes, which are a little nicer, of course, than the blue ones we are used to seeing in our standard kits. We're going to have our coupon. You're going to get the paper tray, and I've shown you guys how to use this for holding your paint pots. And also you're going to get the stickers and the chart for how to label your paint pots for when you go to swatch them or use them, which I've also shown you in prior videos. Now, one of the things we also love, we're going to get our reference guide. So hallelujah, we always love to see this. And finally, we have a very lightly tinted canvas. The texture is really beautiful. They always stretch their framed pieces very nicely. So they're very tight and perfect when you go to work on them. So I'm going to swatch these paints because I'm going to first show you though this yummy delicious palette. Then I'm going to come back and we are going to discuss how these paints looked. So let me go do that and I will be back and we're going to talk about this kit. I'll be back. Alright, so I've had a chance to swatch the paints. I went ahead and put them in the foam trays that I carry at my store just so I could get them in here and go through them and whatever. So let's talk about how they swatched. You know, sometimes I look at a palette and I used to be so afraid because the palette was a lot of greens or it was a lot of pinks and reds, and I'd get a little paranoid about, oh, those are tricky. And I don't know why I do that anymore with some of these companies that I have learned have improved their paints. So I don't know why I got all upset and worried. The only paint out of this entire palette that was a problem was number 21. And it was transparent. It is that lime green right here, this little booger, and it was, it was a pain. So it will be a pain on a larger scale. So looking at my image, I'm only seeing that in little small areas, which are like the veining in the leaves and a couple of little spots up here. But what I wanted to do is test a couple of theories. And I know that I have brought you the 3 shades of gray for priming under certain colors like lime green and some yellows and oranges, things like that for transparent colors. So I wanted to test the theory. If I used the 3 shades of gray technique and I primed, would it help that transparent paint for 21? And it did. So that is right there is my light gray on number 34 underneath 21, and it was beautiful. It did not change the tone. It just gave me perfect coverage. So if you guys are going to get this kit, the only one that I'm seeing that you're going to need to prime for is going to be number 21. You're going to need to use your lightest gray to prime first for that cell. Now this here is another prime that I wanted to test, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. It worked okay. It didn't give me the same tone. It didn't work quite as well as the light gray, so I'm not going to talk about it in any more detail because that is something for another video and it could be a little bit more overwhelming and complicated, but the light gray does work beautifully. So if you haven't seen the 3 Shades of Gray video, I recommend you watch it, but that's all you're going to need when you go to do number 21 is a little bit of prep with the light gray, and you are good to go for this entire palette. This palette actually is just really gorgeous. So I'm excited about this painting. I love this style. I hope you love this style too. And you guys, I'd love your feedback on this particular artist, on this kit, and be sure to drop your comments below. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I will see you back soon.